This conference will now be recorded.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Wait. Good evening.
Good evening.
Somebody got a paper.
Thank you. Call to order the regular June 1st, 2026 council meeting in order at 6:30 p.m. All right, pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome everyone tonight. Any additions or corrections to the agenda?
I have none.
Accept the agenda as written.
So moved. Second?
Second.
Seconded by Counselor Wagner. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. I don't have a mayor's report tonight. Any presentations? None? Move right into our counselor committee meeting reports.
Nope.
I have one. Yeah, Public Works. So I attended the Public Works meeting last week and we had Ben Fausick as our guest. Talked about meters. I learned a lot in about, and Dale, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about and could probably add more information upon my report, but very interesting. We have a total of about 1,100 meters. And according to Ben, there's about 700 that we need to replace. And that's quite an expense. They've gone up incredibly high in the last 10 years. In fact, a 3/4 inch meter right now is $358 per meter. And that's the new digital, which is a lot better. So this council and maybe the future council in the future is going to be tasked with figuring out how to replace these and budget them. So like I said, there's 20 large meters that we need to replace. There is money in our facilities reserve in the water. I think over 300,000, which they'll probably utilize in not all at once, of course, but in increments of maybe three years. So they're aware of it. We're losing quite a bit of money on these old meters. They're leaking, and Dale, you might expound a little bit, but Ben said we're losing $50,000 a year. And if we don't do anything now, in 10 years, we'll have lost $1 million. So do you want to add to that?
Well, just that, and it isn't a surprise, I guess, when we were figuring up our meter replacement program, we knew this crunch period of time was coming because there was a massive replacement back in 1991. So you can see how old they are. And there's a life expectancy of a meter. And once you get there, you're down to about 90% efficiency. So you're losing 10%, and then it starts dropping even faster. So we were hoping, we were doing a 60 meter replacement program a year. I wasn't aware the last 3 years we haven't been meeting that goal. So, but we thought we'd chip away at more of them than we had. So there's a big surge of meters that are at the end of their lifespan, efficient lifespan. They need to be replaced.
Yeah.
And we knew that in the data, because when we went out and ground truthed all the meters, you have what's called the born on date when it was manufactured. And so we knew they were there.
So,
And it sounds like they've got a plan.
yeah, they have a plan, and
For years.
from start to finish, they're looking at about $300,000 to replace all of them. And then if they go to the radio cover meters, that's quite an expense for the two antennas that required to take those readings. So
But you could still do the drive-by.
you can still do direct
That's
drive-by
cheaper. Mhm.
Yeah. with a radar gun.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
It's just a
pretty interesting.
mechanism that sits in the truck and you go to the different areas and it pulls all the data, which is for us with the topography might be the more reasonable option.
Yeah.
Antennas are a lot.
So it's something, you're going to be, this council's going to be faced with in the near future.
Yeah,
So there's 1,100 total.
yeah,
Approximately.
And so only 300 of them have been,
400.
400.
Okay.
We haven't quite got to the 10-year mark where if we were doing 60 a year, 600 of them would have been replaced. But we had new homes, which weren't in the count, right? And then we had dead meters, which were a meter we weren't planning on replacing, but needed replacing. So we didn't get to the 60 additional, right? That was the goal, 60 additional to that. There's options. One of them is going to be, do we just bulk buy a set of the new meters because we can get a bulk price? It brings it down almost $100 a meter, which is a good. So there's some options that we're going to present, but first it gets presented to the committee to kind of chew on it before we bring it to council. So we won't have backlash in the community if we bring it and they haven't heard about it, right?
So,
But we'd want to encourage the committee to continue.
yeah, they're,
Flush it out for us.
they're on it. It's a good committee and they are doing their due diligence and they're keeping up with it. So it's encouraging. Yeah. Okay, that's about all I have. Topics on the floor tonight.
I have one,
Okay?
Steve Weller.
My reason for asking the council is this is going to be a fire season like we have not seen probably in the state due to all the forecasts and so on and so forth. And I am concerned as a citizen in reference, and of course, my relationship with the fire district is grass, weeds, and noxious situations as far as fire danger around the home. I know one of the things we're doing in our homeowners association in La Pine is we're working diligently to prevent, or we're trying to create the defensible space around a home. And if you take an inventory around a lot of the homes in this town, what's a defensible space? You can't hardly get through the front door, let alone the grass and everything else. Well, you add all those vehicles and all the debris and everything else that goes along with them, that creates a huge fuel load for potential fire. And to say that it can't happen in Vernonia would be putting our head in the sand and not paying attention. So my question to council is, who is responsible for monitoring that? And who is responsible for notification to the homeowners in reference to taking care of that? I know in the past, I have been personally sent a letter by the city of Vernonia and was asked to clean some weeds up under my mailbox. And I did it, not with a happy face, but I did do it. But anyway, I'll just say it's a concern. And I hear a lot of people saying the same thing around me and at the different level. I know at the fire district, it's a huge concern about what's going on this summer and how we could be impacted. So as a council, I just ask you to, whoever at staff level, whoever at the resource level, you guys could put a little teeth to the thing that would really help. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Good reminder for everyone. Yep. Okay, consent agenda for acceptance, Public Works Committee minutes for April 2026.
I move to approve the consent agenda for acceptance.
So moved. Second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Counselor Willer. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Motion carried. Consent agenda for approval. City Council meeting minutes for May 4th, 2026. And City Council meetings minutes for May 18th, 2026.
So moved.
Motion's been made. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Counselor Norman. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Moving right into unfinished business, letter to Columbia County regarding emergency coverage. Page 8 and 9.
So Miss Stephanie provided me some preferred language for the paragraph on the back page. Because it's not, it's easily in numbers that's easily separated. So Miss Stephanie, do you mind reading that email you sent me with that suggested language?
Have that.
You don't have your email there?
You asked me to bring. Have it?
Not on my phone. I have it on my computer, which is at home.
It wasn't that I had suggested language. It was that I had talked to Sean.
Right.
And that data doesn't exist.
Right.
And so it was suggested to, remind me exactly what I said.
I don't remember. I was busy.
To focus, it was suggested to focus more on the amount of tax money that citizens had paid towards the deputy that should have been in the valley and how much that would have saved us in the on-call money that was paid
And,
along those lines. Right?
and we did, yeah, and we do talk about that in the third paragraph that citizens of the city of Vernonia have been contributing approximately $86,000 annually to that fund. If you want more elaborate, I can certainly do so, but I think it's probably good enough in my opinion, even if you just take out that.
The paragraph with the blanks taken out.
Yeah, just take that out and
Which paragraph? Susan?
the top one on that.
Just delete it?
Yep, just delete that whole paragraph. And I did tighten up the language for Sean's, however,
So are you gonna put in the language or are you just taking that out and leaving it and putting this on letterhead?
I think we just put this on letterhead and then when whoever goes down to the commissioners and presents the letter, send it ahead of time, let them know you're coming to talk about it, to make sure to verbally reinforce the fact that our citizens are paying a lot of money and not getting that service. And now we need them to.
And who from because this is council's letter, is there people planning on going?
It depends what
Well,
they,
And are you planning on going and what date?
yeah.
I'll have to find out when their board meeting is.
Well, it's every Wednesday,
Okay, yeah.
at 10. And
Sometimes they cancel them, but I'll look on it.
that's true. It's holidays.
Well, with the budget, I don't think they're gonna be.
No, and depending on when it is, I am gone from the 8th through the 21st.
Okay.
So,
Well, I'll be glad to go down and submit it to the board.
yeah, I would definitely to maybe Josette.
But it's not from me.
I know
It's
it's
from
not from me. I know it's not from you. It's from the mayor and council, but as our city administrator who can speak to fine details. As much as I would like our police department to be one of the 2 or 3 people, I don't think that that would go over quite as well as we would like it to. It's up to you. I mean, it's up to the council.
So it's the 10th at 9:30 a.m. The Columbia County budget hearing.
Okay. Is this going to be presented budget meeting, or is this going to go before them at their regularly scheduled
Well, they're,
meeting? Are they meeting this Wednesday,
let me see, this Wednesday would be what?
the 3rd?
They are at 10 a.m.
This could be done topics from the floor.
Okay,
If you sign this today, after it's printed, or tomorrow morning, you could send it over to
Oh,
Jason.
I could just take it and submit it before the meeting too.
It is
No copy.
courtesy, it is courtesy to them and to Jason as she's our Stephanie, to give her a heads up that this is coming.
okay.
Just like we prefer notice when something's being
I could
presented
let her
to
know.
us.
Yeah. How's the council like the letter?
Yeah, I think it's good.
Good.
Question maybe for Sean. Sean, is there any way to track any kind of, I mean, what if there's a response? Well,
Well, as of now, we are starting to track that, but for the last 3 years, we've been covering the on-call and they haven't had to be called out, and nor did they ever send us a bill. So it has never been an issue. So, because we've never relied on them to.
I mean, you could extrapolate 14 calls that were in the last 12 months, or however many months that was, from July through April. And you could say it costs, you can figure out what that cost is estimated to be
From of them?
from them, yeah. Yes, sir.
I think, well, we don't know what they get paid, first of all. So I think a better route would be to take the last 3 years that the city has paid for on-call, that dollar amount, plus whatever the taxpayers for that year have paid for that bond, and go that route. But it's above my pay grade.
Whatever the council prefers, that is something you can speak to out loud when you have your 3 minutes, rather than reading the letter. Say, I presented this letter to you, you have it. And say, the citizens have paid X number of dollars over the last 3 years. And I mean, even if you just take the $86,000 a year or whatever number, in reality it is, it's probably less. But
Yeah, the services provided don't equate to that.
yeah, I mean,
Nowhere
even
near.
half that. I don't think that we've gotten $43,000 in services from the sheriff's department. So
Okay,
it's taxation without representation. I don't appreciate it.
We'll work it out.
Yeah, one thing gets lost in this too is we're already paying them for services and then this is on top of that.
Yeah.
So it's bigger chunk of change than.
you want to go to the meeting and say that? I'd love that.
Dale, it would be great to have somebody who doesn't have a lot of history with them.
All we're asking for is cooperation.
Yeah.
Or gap time.
Right.
And
It's few and far between, really.
Yeah.
Or has been, right? That's barely one time a month that we need, that there's a priority.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the downtime. Okay, I'll get it on letterhead.
thank you.
Go together.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah. Thanks, Lauren, for doing this, Susan.
Oh, my pleasure.
Good work. Okay, new business, staff report, 2026, 2027 utility rates, 10 and 11.
Based on the budget that the budget committee tentatively passed that will be coming to you at your next, this is what the utility rate would be. Starting July 1. And yours aren't in color, which makes it hard. Because the shaded areas, I mean, they were online, right? Online, they're in color, right? So you could see where there was savings and we're not double dipping, take it out of there. If there's a shortfall, we add it in there. You guys have questions?
I mean, I think bottom line is described in the average residential utility bill increase.
Mhm.
Of 30 cents.
30 cents.
There's a lot moving within inside of it, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
No.
That's kind of been the goal, is to keep the increments on a slow rise, no volatility, so.
So. Any discussion or questions?
oh,
Yeah.
just some added information that Ben puts out a narrative and a graphic of our performance. And after we started doing that, we always we were underperforming a little on what our revenue was coming in and having to make adjustments. But last year was very good. And this year looks like it's perfect. The projection anyhow, we'll see how we end up, but and it's built in that there should be just a little extra revenue because of, we do the nickel roundup on the rates versus required. We don't count the new houses coming in. There's about 4 factors that factor into it. This should always make us just slightly above what our needs were. And people shouldn't worry about that because we collect a little extra money. It gets figured into the next year's budget. We only calculate what we need, and what we have works against it. So it's really, for all the hard work over the years that staff been putting in on this, it's really come to fruition. It's looking really good. And no more big decisions of, we got to raise the rates by $10 this year, because we haven't raised them for the last 6 years.
Right.
Thank you.
And again, that's because in 2016, we started with the facility reserves.
Yeah.
And started to become fiscally responsible as a city. It's made a big difference. Instead of up and down and up and down. Thank you, staff. Okay, well, thank you. Jamboree request.
It seems like you were just here.
Right, yeah, that's. I am here this evening to request the facilities usage of the parks and everything for the Jamboree in August. Any questions, concerns? And volunteers want to sign up.
I was going to raise my hand to ask a question, but not now that you said.
Yeah. Go ahead, Sean.
Have the Jamboree committee meetings started yet?
Mhm.
Okay. When is it? Next one?
On 15th.
15th of this month? Or what time?
6:30 or 7. Let me double check, because I don't have the minutes in front of me.
6:30.
Is it?
Okay.
I think so.
I don't.
At the Legion?
6:30 or 7. Let me confirm, but it's at the Legion.
American Legion Hall?
Yes.
Yep.
So my question is it going to be the same layout as last year?
Same layout as last year with a little bit of an expansion because we do have the lawnmower race committee back. as well as a fishing derby and car show expanding towards the mill pond.
Dale,
I see the mill pond gravel lot with grading if possible. Yeah, we would love to grade it too. There's not enough, you just stir the dirt around, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I spoke with Josette about it, about like if there was that possibility, but we know that that's not necessarily a guarantee just because we request.
So that's where the car show's going to be?
Mhm.
Interesting.
so I can't remember, did we close Adams last year? Was it open?
It was closed.
It was closed.
Mhm.
That's right. The year before it was open.
It
Oh,
was closed. It's always been closed. That's typically where the food
Okay.
vendors were.
yeah,
But you
it
just,
works out pretty good.
they moved the vendors down. by the skate park.
Dispenser.
Spencer Park, yeah. That's working out still pretty good. Good.
Yeah, it seemed to work well last year as well, as we heard from Sergeant Carnahan that policing wise and issues wise, everything seemed to be pretty minor and self-contained in one area until that was closed and then could monitor downtown.
Biggest thing is it can control the traffic over the Rock Creek Bridge a lot better. Because those sidewalks there are pretty narrow and with all the traffic that's in town during that weekend, offer pedestrian traffic walking in the roadway, so.
Okay, any other questions, discussions on this year's Jamboree?
I would just like to say thank you for volunteering.
Thank you. And you. It is a lot, but it's the 70th annual. Still going strong.
That's an awesome one.
What annual is it?
Says 70th.
70th, wow.
It's crazy.
Where's the lawnmower races?
Same, oh, I might not have included that actually.
It's not,
Location, it'll be in the same location on Joseph's property.
Oh,
it's not city property.
No,
I just didn't see it on here. I was like,
no, I'm glad you caught that because I did forget to add that location on.
years ago was it?
Just added it as an event.
No, it's off California Avenue.
Yes.
By Blue Heron.
Yeah.
Now, are people going to be parking in Photo Solutions area?
Mhm. The gravel across from is where that we're gonna have people park so that it's just walking behind down there. Because we'll probably barricade the sewer roads just so nobody thinks they need to go down the U.
Yeah,
So-
so we can post if need be.
Yeah.
No parking.
It's pretty grown up. When we drove down there the other. Yeah.
And we did talk about, we inquired with ODF and W, they're looking into whether or not we need a permit for the fishing derby. We don't believe we do because the prizes don't hit the level that you need the permit. And they're going to encourage people to catch and release and have multiple people scaling and weighing fish. So try and keep as much stock in as we can in the lake, so.
We're hoping they'll even offer some volunteers.
Yes.
Yeah, do you want to spend a Saturday weighing fish and marking it down or?
Mhm.
Is that on Saturday?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
On Sunday?
Saturday as well.
Everybody's gonna be parking at the milk pond? Or so people,
Well, there will be car show people that are parked in a designated area and then no public parking where they're at.
Yeah.
But the parking spaces that are painted off, those will not be blocked in any way.
any other questions or discussions?
Oh, we also did talk about that we're going to barricade a little bit off of the crosswalks to stop people from parking so near them so that the cross traffic, people aren't jetting out in front of cars without line of sight. Because the gravel lot will now be open for parking as well because Brown isn't there anymore. So public, we got a barricade plan and kind of help people be safer there. We had people parking right up on both sides of it. So when someone was crossing the street, you couldn't even see them and they were kind of jetting in front of you. So a little safer that way.
Yeah.
Anyone like to make a motion to accept this application tonight?
I would like to do that.
So moved by Counselor Wagner. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Counselor Webb. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Motion carried. Congratulations. Thanks again for what you guys are doing.
Thank you.
Going to be 70th annual t-shirts. Awesome.
Working on it. We actually did an art contest. So we'll have the kiddos artwork picked out and then there'll be beaches
Okay.
and stuff as well.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Very good idea.
All right. Okay, business from the departments.
All right, so you have the staff report in front of you. Looks like we did 183 calls of service last month. 24 of those were traffic, 36 were premise checks. I don't know if this is a good time or wait till 15th, but on May 27th, I accepted the chief's contract, signed it.
So we can officially call you chief.
Can't officially do that now. Well, swearing in's the next council, the 15th, so. Address Steve's concern about the grass and stuff. The stats aren't on this staff report, but they will be on next month's staff report. I've got code enforcement out there for the last 2 weeks, just writing letters. Up a bunch of cases to where she wasn't able to have the accurate stats for this staff report, but they will be on the next one. Something to bring to council's attention. It's nothing to really that's about right now, but 911, so I attended a chief's meeting last Thursday. And the concern is that with the 911 levy not passing, they've got enough money to last until May of next year. And we've got a couple of options. One of them is that they're looking at is trying to outsource the maintenance for the equipment to someone else, another agency, but we all kind of felt that that's going to cause user fees. And if you look on the third page, kind of printed off what the synopsis would be just based off of 2025 stats, because 83% of their budget was law enforcement, and then 17 was EMS and fire. But just based off of calls of service for 2025, that would be an additional 65,000, a little over 65,000 if they started charging us user fees. So, like I said, nothing to stress about right now, but I wanted to make everybody aware of it. I'm part of the advisory committee, advisory committee board. And so as soon as I know, I will let you guys know.
Yeah.
Look at St. Helens, they hammered. It's over $500,000.
How does that relate to their budget? Because their budget isn't,
It's like 5 million. I think is what their budget is
Yeah, they've got a pretty
for the
good.
police department.
no, 911s.
Oh,
It's not that much. So that's what I'm like, these add up to be, it'd be interesting to know that and against their budget. And then the point system, if you're really doing the point system for the totals, yeah, it'd be interesting to see.
And lastly, so with staff help, we've developed, because we've been a concern with e-bikes and e-scooters.
Yeah.
So staff's help, we kind of developed a kind of a flyer. We put it in like a little card. This is just a blown up version of it.
It kind of gives you a rundown, what you need to know. These are on the back, so. So right now it's about education to gain compliance. So we'll give it about a month or so and then it'll be. If we don't get compliance, then we'll go to the next step. So.
Are you going to take your little cards to the school and make sure every kid gets one?
Yeah. Yeah, we've been handing them out left and right. So just go to the skate park and.
As they encounter the children that are riding the e-bikes.
Right, well, but I figure proactively
Yeah.
sending it home in the backpacks or
Well,
what.
eventually what I'd like to do is I'd like to run an ad through the paper. But financially right now, that's not an option.
Well, let's talk.
Yeah, we know a guy.
Sergeant Chief Carnahan, a question. I had somebody reach out to me that apparently the legislature lowered the age for e-bikes from 16 to 14. But I'm having some trouble figuring out when that takes effect because somebody told me it's June 1st. I also read somewhere that doesn't happen until January 1st. You know anything about it?
I have not received any updates on that. Usually if there's updates, it'll happen January 1st. So it'll happen January 1st of 2027.
Part of a transportation bill that was passed, it's 4007, and parts of that take effect immediately or it was passed in March and parts of it took effect in June, but then another, they added an amendment. I called our state representative's office to see if I could get clarification and haven't received a call back. So, but I know they are lowering the age in order to help families get kids to school and get them to practices that the other thing was to help them learn the rules of the road before they get behind the wheel of a vehicle. But just a heads up for you that something that is changing.
Okay, I appreciate it.
As far as I can find.
Okay. As of today, I have not received any updates or anything, so I'm going to base it off of what the current ORS is.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Anything else for Chief? Thank you, Sean. Work. Okay, probably no ordinances or resolutions, correspondence, information only, election, notice of election, page 16. That time of year.
I know there's going to be one position open for sure.
Who's with that thing down?
Any questions?
I do have a question.
Go ahead.
I'm not running.
So on here it says, elected incumbent candidates seeking the same office is due by 12 PM on Tuesday, August 18th. What if it's a different position? When is it due?
Then you wouldn't be seeking re-election.
Right, yeah, I know. I understand
I
that.
would assume that it would be the second deadline, which I can verify with the elections office.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it says if you're an incumbent, it's August 18th. If you're not an incumbent, so you're not asking for your seat back,
Got
then it
it.
would be August 25th.
That was just a weird
Yeah, it's state.
language.
state
Yeah.
law.
Yeah, the other than is weird, but it's written.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I got it.
Everyone else,
Okay,
August 25th.
okay.
Okay, city administrator report.
Okay, so no change on the dump. Sorry. Still fighting for our project, and with the parks budget being low, there's not a chance for us to buy them ourselves. So I'm still working through that with Blue Mountain. We have all the stuff for the pole, but we're trying to get them to donate those cameras. The ADA project is complete now. We can go in and fix issues we found. One issue we found is that some of the American Legion flagpole brackets got covered up. So they're gonna be asking, they're putting together a map to ask us to bore into the certain areas And as long as they don't compromise the ramp, we should let them. They also want to continue it past the Gray Bridge to the bottom of the hill with their flag projects for military and Legion holidays. So they're going to bring a map forward. The other things that are getting fixed are the fence by the food court cart where they put the fence in the curb and then left it out of the curb. So we're going to be fixing that. Other than that, those are the real issues that we had. The SDC study is working. I drove the one sewer Bible we still had that was paper, and it was like 400 pages and one of those plastic binders with all the little teeth on it. And I was not going to take that apart and scan every page. So I drove it into Portland and they were amazed they were like, is this the Holy Bible of sewer maintenance and facilities? And I said, yes, don't lose it. So they're working hard on that stuff. They had all the utilities mapped out except for the wet utilities, which are water, sewer, and storm. That's what they call them, the wet utilities. So we should see something potentially around August for a draft report coming back with last minute questions. One of the things that came up is they want to know from us what comparable cities they should be equating us to. And I said, we don't like to be equated to ones our size towards metro because it doesn't really, we'd like them to pick, even if it's somewhere else in the state, a rural match of our size, because metro small cities aren't really small cities when they're surrounded by all the infrastructure that they are. So that was my 2 cents towards that. The SIP, State Avenue Restoration Project, would you like to say?
I would be honored.
Okay.
Josette and I received a very exciting email on Friday from Representative Susan Bonamici's office. And our application for the State Avenue project went from initially going up to priorities list. They reviewed it and they okayed it, and now it's moved up to the very last level. And so we're approved of $850,000 with our 10% match, 100,000.
Yeah.
So basically we're looking at $1 million.
Yeah.
We're just waiting from the House of Representatives to okay it, put their stamp on it. And so it's exciting.
Put the vibes out there.
We finally, that's really good news. So fingers crossed again. Next year, we'll be able to start that project from Bridge to 2 blocks up State Avenue. So full gutters, sidewalks, curbs, pavement. So it's a good start.
Awesome.
So
the next one is the small cities allotment application. So we anticipate hearing that we've gotten it in July. I'm putting it out there to the universe. So that's for Jefferson and Washington through ODOT, the grant that allows us to fix those streets and pave up to the ramp, and then put in 2 new ADA ramps on Maple and Jefferson and 2 new ADA ramps in Washington. Lake Campground Phase 1, I've been working on uploading all the documents. Today, Susan and I wordsmithed for a few hours on the narrative part of the application. I'm waiting on one more. I requested Tony to write me a letter for CZ Trail. That's my last letter that I need. And then we anticipate submitting that grant request on June 3rd, Wednesday, because I'm gone the 4th and 5th. So I'll have it in a couple days early. City Hall hours changes. So starting on July 1, the new fiscal year City Hall hours will be Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5, and Fridays, 8 to noon. One thing that, in order to give everyone their normal holidays and not have to move things around, if a holiday falls on a Friday, City Hall will close at noon on that Thursday before, because the people working 36 hours should get their regular holiday and work their half day. So just be prepared that some holidays on a Friday will be closed at noon on Thursday. And then I have the upcoming meetings listed. Reminder that the city county dinner is the 18th. Did everyone RSVP? If you have an RSVP, you might be out in the cold, so you better RSVP.
Still on the 4th with your selection, otherwise you might not be able to eat.
You'll be eating salad only.
Yes, there's enough.
Yeah.
Oh.
So please get your RSVPs in if you haven't. And then we will be closed the 19th in observance for Juneteenth, and then closed. Here's the first one, July 2nd at noon, and then we're closed on Friday, July 3rd for observance of Independence Day. You guys have any questions for me?
No, I'm just sorry, I'm gonna miss our city county dinner and Chief Swan in. That makes me sad. I'll be remote for the meeting.
Hey, you can watch it.
I'll cheer remotely.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Josette.
Mhm.
Okay. Items from the mayor and council. I have one item. I want to thank Josette personally for all the work she did on Memorial Day to arrange the American Legion and their contribution in the service. And they now set up put in all the flags and crosses, and Josette sets up the big canopy and the chairs, and it was a good service, and we got our flyover this year, which is awesome. So thank you again for all the work you did on that, Josette. And that's all I have. Anybody else? Yeah.
Wanted to thank Councilor Wagner for coming in and helping Josette on the state parks grant. Everybody's got their field of expertise and you're utilizing yours.
Appreciate it.
Oh, and thanks for writing the letter.
And that too.
Anybody else? Okay. Well, thank you all for attending, and
If somebody from the public wants to speak, how do they go about doing that?
So on the sign-in, by the sign-in sheet, there's the topics from the floor form and information that nobody ever reads, but just the form. So you fill out this and then you give it to me, and then once it's topics from the floor time, then I announce you.
Okay.
well, I guess we'll,
Action items. Right?
action item, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure.
So I have the staff's going to print the letter on letterhead and have Rick sign it and send it to Jason for the June 3rd meeting at 10 a.m.
Can I just ask clarification? When is their budget, the county's budget hearing? I know you said it was,
10th,
it's the 10th.
the 10th at 9:30.
30. So,
3rd is their meeting.
okay. So there's no way to do it the other way around. I
Yeah.
was just hoping to give them a little more notice with the letter so they were prepared. It could be included in their packet and then speak on the floor.
Yeah.
It's fine. Though you're big kids.
Okay. And then staff's going to look into transportation bill 4007 to make sure we know when the change will come so the police can update their plan. And that's all I had, unless you guys have something else that I missed.
So Rick, you and Dale and Susan, you're going to that?
First of all, that creates a quorum.
But if it's posted,
Yeah, it's a public meeting. We're not deciding anything. Josette, what do you think is the best number of people and the best composition of people? Do you feel there's value in your being there?
I'm willing to be there if you guys want me there. I think the more people that come to back up the letter, the less they can ignore it. But I don't know your guys' availability. And it doesn't mean everyone has to speak. We could just stand there and a couple of people can speak. Just to see the numbers of people that made the trip to bring their letter and say, hey, we're not getting the services we're paying for, county.
Okay.
You're kind of on notice. I don't think that's a bad thing.
Yeah, I can,
But
I can be there.
They want, you want to go too, so,
Yeah, I'll go.
yeah.
okay. You want to go?
I'll see, yeah.
Okay.
Try to make that.
And you all y'all are also welcome to.
The whole town of Vernonia shows up to be like, give us our services.
Well, it would be nice.
It would be.
A good example, if I can just take a second. Pine had a big.
Oh, man.
And you would not believe the amount of people that showed up to that meeting and they stopped
Data center, yeah.
They wanted to come into the Pine, they wouldn't sell property, so it.
Makes a difference.
Numbers speak.
Yeah.
And that's at 10, the meeting?
Yes.
9:30, I believe.
30? No, 9:30 is the hearing, is the budget hearing.
Hold on.
It's 10 and it's at the John Gum.
Yeah, John Gum Building, 251 St. Helens Street, 10 a.m., June 3rd.
Add it to my calendar.
Yeah, the money pit. Cost them a lot of money.
Are we gonna hand deliver this letter? Because I ain't gonna get there in the mail.
No, I'm going to email it to Jason,
You email it.
secretary, and then I'll print copies so we have one to hand each of them, right?
Perfect.
No, I'll sign the hard copy.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
okay. Anything else? Well, I'll adjourn this meeting at 7:21. Meeting adjourned.
So you live in Reading?